Yeah, my mom and my dad, the story is they were on the river. I don't know if they saw exactly this property, but something like it, and they wanted to grow Saskatoons. My dad was a landscaper, he loved plants. There wasn't really anybody growing Saskatoons really commercially. It was just kind of starting. That was, I think, mid-80s. Saskatoon berry, called serviceberry, Juneberry. It's in the apple family. It's like a pomme, it's called. It just grows wild here on the prairies, kind of all across North America. It's a nice fruit. The indigenous people here used it to survive the winters. They would pick it, choke cherries, and mix it with bison meat, survive the winters. They depended on it. And yeah, it's not very well known. It's still kind of a wild fruit.
I'm Austin, and yeah, I grew up on the farm. My mom and dad started it, and I've lived here my entire life, and I love my life here. It's a beautiful farm, and I'm very happy.
It's been a difficult journey, obviously, without my dad being here, but just trying to instill in the future generation, like his vision for, the farm and community and everything like that.
Yeah, it was really hard losing my dad. He was one of the hardest working, most incredible human beings I've ever known, and he was such a visionary, so imaginative. He always had that creative vision and that spark and that enthusiasm for life.
My name is Martin Espinosa. I am from Mexico. I am the head chef on the restaurant. I studied in the culinary school in Mexico, and I had a small pizza place in Mexico before coming to Canada. And then I just had the ambition to go outside from Mexico, and I just found the chance here, and they helped me. They helped me to bring my family with a visitor permit and an open work permit for my wife, and then they helped us to get the permanent residence.
My name is Andriy Hrinchuk. My role in the farm, I kind of manage a garden with some other people. Kind of control what we seed, how much we seed, what people like to see on our market. Years ago, Paul's Heimer's family invited me from Ukraine to help him to improve the garden or start the garden here on the farm. And they I work in here last 12 years. I didn't change my working place. Now I have a house in Okotoks. I have 2 kids. I have family. They support me lots, I think.
name is Elena Matkowska. I'm with the farm for about 12 years. So when I just came from Ukraine, Paul hired us to be a greenhouse worker. And then over the years, I've been helping with the wedding. So I'm also a wedding coordinator at the farm. Paul and Karen is the kindest people we ever met. They trust in us, they hire us from Ukraine without even knowing who we are in person. And then when we came here, they gave us accommodation to stay until we're ready to move to our own place. And they help us with visa, LMA, all these documents, and then we became PR. And I truly feel this is because of the Paul and Karen trust and support over the years. So it feels like there are our Canadian godparents, kind of.
My father's passing was definitely difficult. I think the nature of what we have here, you just can't stop and you just have to keep going. And I think me working with him my whole life, I haven't worked anywhere else, gave me a lot of what he had in his brain. So helped me carry it on. And yeah, it's a nice place to be. So he created this basically for us. So we gotta honor his name and keep it going.
I learned so much from my parents, and they were really amazing. The biggest thing I learned was freedom and just finding your own truth and finding. They were not very, my parents were always never the most strict parents. In some ways they were, but in some ways they just let us be and follow our own path. And the biggest thing I learned, I think, would probably be just from my dad was the power of ideas and how everything comes from an idea. Everything was once just a thought or an imagination, and just to be creative and have fun. But also work really hard too. That was a big one, yeah.
Well, our values, or my parents' values and traditions, are obviously very well instilled in us. So I know with my brother's kids and my kid, just kind of knowing that the values and traditions that have been instilled in us are carried on through future generations with our children and our children's children. We have a good foundation of what it means to be a community and a strong family, so carrying that forward is an honor to all of us.